So in this video, we're going to talk about Bloom's taxonomy and how it relates to your learning. So this is called the Bloom's taxonomy pyramid. It defines that there's 6 categories of learning, from remembering, which is considered like basic task, to creating. So like something that's a very easy task would be something like tying your shoes. Something that would be a little bit difficult would be trying to explain a concept or answering some type of question. Applying would be like solving a problem. Analyzing would be identifying the steps or concepts used to solve problems, all the way up to creating, which is typically things like designing, inventing, or writing. Um, so, uh, so we can think about the different types of tasks in terms of these levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Right. So what I want you to think about is what level did you have to operate at making A's to get A's and B's in high school? Did you have to remember material? Did you have to understand material? Did you have to apply it? Did you have to analyze it? Did you have to evaluate it? And did you have to create it? Or did you maybe only have to do really remembering or understanding? So whatever it was for you, your personal experience, there's no wrong or right answers. Please write those down now. So, same question is that what level of Bloom's taxonomy do you have to operate to consistently make A's as an engineering major in college? Do you have to remember, understand, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create? Um, and do you think as you go through the major, do you think more? What levels do you think would be analyzed more or used more? Do you think you, starting off, maybe you're using more of the first three, and maybe towards like your capstone course, maybe you're doing the fourth. Hopefully, you're getting to the point where you're doing like the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. And I think hopefully, the most important thing that I hope that you realize going through your college career is that the process of you learning new material and applying it, and hopefully getting to the point that you can eventually analyze, evaluate, and create different things, is that I hope that you think that you will need these skills going forward in your career. I think the ability to do the higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy are really critical in terms of advancing your career as far as it possibly can. So just to give you an example of the differences in career paths that the higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy could unlock for you, is if you think about the difference between a cook and a chef. So a cook is able to apply. They are able to remember a set of tasks, and they understand that by following that set of tasks and applying that simple knowledge, that they can create good recipes, simple good food, and they're consistently able to create that. So that's a great skill and something that's very worthy in having. But if you asked a cook to try to create a new dish, or to try to create something that no one's ever seen before, or try to cook a new type of food with a list of ingredients that they'd never used before, they'd probably struggle pretty hard because they don't really understand why the food that they're making is tasty. However, someone is a chef, what their ability is that they can, of course, they can apply and understand, they can follow a recipe, but they're able to, while they're doing it, they're analyzing why they're doing the certain tasks in the order that they're doing them. They're able to evaluate whether or not this is the most optimal order of something to do, and they're able to take the knowledge from existing past experience and create new dishes. So the difference between working as a cook, who might work as a lower level employee in a restaurant, not there's anything wrong with that, but versus a chef, who might be the person who is is instructing the cooks in other parts of the restaurant and how to make their meals, is the ability to go to those higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy. So that is true in nearly every professional field. So if you can continue to move yourself up Bloom's taxonomy, you're going to put yourself in a really good position to lead and help other people improve their careers and improve the ability of your company, or however you decide to work, ability to serve their desired function. All right. So that concludes this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about how you can practically apply some of the lessons that we just talked about in Bloom's taxonomy.